That's huge. Loud too. I play just drums and guitar. YouTube, we got a crazy one today. I want to let you guys in on a little secret. A lot of times I say I just got out of a session at the beginning of these videos, and sometimes I'm lying. Sometimes I got out of that session a couple days ago and I'm just now talking about it. Don't hate me. But with this one, I immediately closed out the session, opened up my camera, and wanted to talk about this because I am so excited about how this one turned out. I did a writing session with artist Young Kel. I'll link them below. Really cool artist that I met in emo rap that has been experimenting with some more shoegaze style production. Hence me trying to like push them into their new sound, and we've been coming up with some really cool instrumentals. Today, I feel like I finally nailed the sound that I've been going for with modern shoegaze production of like the same guitar tones of the 90s era, like My Bloody Valentine, Slow Dive, but with the modern like edge and punch, low end dynamics, like aggressive hitting. Think artists like Wisp, Glare, Whirr, Ivri, Glixen, very true to early shoegaze, but just with more punch, more aggression to it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna scrub through this whole thing. Sounds like this. Get a verse here, chord change. Love that guitar tone and the bass tone, so fuzzy. Full chorus comes in. Love the choir in the background. The shaker and tambourine really carrying a lot of weight here. Verse 2, add this guitar lead on the right side. Very reverb, phaser. Then we hit continue our verse, hit our chorus again, goes to a bridge section here. Very epic, very building. The drums, the straight 8-note guitar. Kind of leaves shoegaze, gets a little more like emo, like post-hardcore rock here. Good build up into nothing. Chorus over the acoustic section. And then final chorus to see it out. And yeah, that is this song. I love how it turned out. Super simple instrumentation, but I feel like the different changes in chord progression, the different changes in feel really do a lot here. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to like and subscribe. If you want to dive into the session a little more deep and figure out like exactly what I'm doing, reverse engineer, link in my description. I have a Patreon where this session, along with the many others, are all there available for download for you to dive through, reverse engineer, and just really get hands-on seeing what I'm doing here. Steal my chain, steal my sauce, all of that. If you'd like to go even deeper, I have been finding a lot of cool new artists through this channel. If you think that could be you, if you would like to work with me with production, mixing, mastering, lessons, consultation, guitar tracking, reamping, anything music related, send me an email. That's in the description as well. I would love to make some music with you guys. This community here on YouTube has been so awesome. I've really met so many great people, and I would love to continue doing that. So hit me up. Let's make some hits guitar tone wise, doing some really fun mixed matching tones. I've been really experimenting about having my left and right guitars be different tones, like thinking about like 2 different guitars, 2 different rigs, etc. And I did that with this guitar. I wanted there to be the crazy fuzz of shoegaze, but I wanted there to also be the note clarity there. I didn't want it to be too wall of sound. I wanted to kind of hear what was happening. So what I did was 2 different tones happening. Guitar amp is my PV VTM. Guitar is my Strat. On the neck pickup, I'm running lace sensors, really embracing the 90s kind of tone. I feel like this is a very Smashing Pumpkins-esque rig. But the neck pickup of the lace sensor, it's single coil, but it's voiced a little bit like a humbucker, so it gets this really thick kind of sound to it. And what I'm doing is, on the right side, I'm running it through a blues driver. It's like a tube screamer without the mid boost going in, so it's pretty transparent sounding. And I feel like what it does is it gives me really distorted fuzzy tone with that note clarity. But on the other side, I'm running the Boss HM2, the heavy metal pedal, which has that really grindy top end. And really, really fat low end. Such a cool sound. It like has an extreme low end and top end without being scooped somehow. It's really interesting. Like even the 1K area within that is such a unique tone as well. Such a pleasing high gain boost. I love it. I'll turn on a reverb just to kind of cloud it up a little bit. I run the reverb quiet enough that when I play, it's kind of like a sustain pedal on a piano, like a foot pedal on a piano. When I play the next chord, that is louder than the reverb, so it kind of pushes it forward. But if there's any spaces, it kind of fills that gap. So yeah, that is the guitar tones that we're running on this one. And I think together they sound really fat. On the intro, I'm letting there be some feedback just on one. Make it sound kind of live, but then when we hit the chorus, that's huge. Loud too. I'll play just drums and guitar. On the verses, change the chord progression. Similar chords, but different chord progression. Very wrung out, sustained kind of thing. I'm also doing the Kevin Shields kind of thing where while I'm strumming, I'm holding my whammy bar and kind of bending the notes down a bit. It gives some like nice warble to it. We have on the chorus this cool lead. I'm doing the same thing with the 2 different guitar tones, but I'm switching. So the tones that are here on the rhythm are now here on the lead. Really love that. There's this cool lead on the second verse. What I'm doing is I'm turning up the reverb all the way on a reverb pedal before my amp. All of my reverb is before my amp because I want the reverb to be distorted. But I'm turning that all the way up, and then I'm also cranking a phaser so it gets like really fast. And it just makes this really like vibrating kind of sound. On the bridge, just an 8th note, really powerful kind of strumming. And then 2 guitar leads. The left and right are different here. Just really noisy, high-pitched kind of. Love that. It just makes it sound really epic, really big, really over dramatic sounding. Oh yeah, another cool guitar lead thing that I did on the second verse with that lead is one of my favorite reverb pedals is the Boss RV500. The coolest thing about it is all of the ways that you can easily kind of like automate effects and like change sounds. One big thing that I'll do with it is I'll take a space echo delay and there's a tap switch that lets it become like a self-oscillating thing, but it's like slowly becomes that. Is this perfect transition, just noise that's insane. Sounds like a slingshot. I love that sound. It's so ridiculous. So I'll do that going into sections. So I have that going on this guitar lead into the chorus just to keep building energy. Right here. And it's such a nice, like, on one hand, you could open up Splice, get a white noise riser, put that in your session to signal that we're going to the chorus, or you could just play it yourself. So fun. I love that kind of thing. Taking insane noise and then tucking it enough in the mix that it doesn't sound insane anymore. One of my favorite moves. I think that's it for guitars. Bass guitar is a really gnarly tone. I wound up doing my split processing, so clean DI with Ampeg SVT, and then the second half is going through my VTM with the HM2, so the really gnarly fuzzy tone. Love that. And I'll really show you guys, I know I mentioned the 1K that the HM2 really makes neat. I'm kind of letting that be the star of the show for this bass tone. That bass tone is so nice. I think that it really, for as fuzzy as it is, it's pretty soft. Like in the mix, it feels very like warm and pleasing to the ear and has this just like really nice quality to it. And it's a perfect balance of cutting without being harsh. It has so much sustain too. It sounds ridiculous by itself, but very driving. I love that bass tone. For drums, I'm using some new sounds. I've been feeling like I've been grabbing the same samples a bunch. So I just wound up going through Superior Drummer and finding sounds that I don't normally grab. I went through, I'll show you guys, and brought up within pop rock this 91 kit. I'm usually not grabbing presets. I'm usually going, I think this is a good point to talk about. Usually I'm trying to not be the preset guy. I'm trying to be like, let me intentionally build everything that I want to build. But with this session, I was moving quickly with the artist. I didn't want to think about all the drum tones, so I just went through pop rock, found this 91. Is like, that kind of sounds like the era of shoegaze. I bet if I import this, it'll probably be fitting for me. And then it wound up being this really like perfect early 90s drum kit where it has like remnants of the 80s with like a slightly gated snare reverb. Got a really nice room sound to it, and I feel like it fit the genre perfectly. I put my drum bus on it, good old radiator into Oxford inflator into API 2500. So without it, then with it. And in context, it sounds great. I tried to, in shoegaze fashion, tuck it back in the mix so it's quiet enough that the guitars then seem really loud. Though, what I did to make this, because you might be thinking, you might have heard this and thought like, oh, well, modern shoegaze, you're talking about punchy, these drums aren't like punching, they sound kind of weak there. What I did was I wound up using, recently I picked up these drum shots by George Lever, not sponsored at all. I was doing some production that was kind of like akin to like Loathe style, like metalcore meets shoegaze meets like all of these kind of weird worlds that are popping up lately. I found these one shots from George Lever, who produces Loathe, who produces Sleep Token, Thornhill, a lot of these bands. They've been really perfect for like kind of blending in underneath of my samples just to add some more punch. So we have our kit here. What I did was, after writing the drum parts, I would take just my kick drum, put it into this within my drum bus, so it's all hitting my drum chain. And that's just like adding some like a little bit of click on the top end so you can hear it, but mostly I'm going for that sub. So without it, then with it, I'll do it in context of the mix here. Muted, then with. So yeah, in mix context, you really don't hear a difference. Like, it really just sounds like you're adding some sub to the kick drum, but in a way that within the samples I had, I couldn't get with that same level of transience and punch to it. Then I did the same with a snare sample. It's really getting that click, getting that like body of it. I even did a pretty big cut at 200 because I don't want it to interfere with the 200 hertz like ringing of the snare that I was using. I just wanted some more snappiness. Both are super transparent. They don't overtake the samples at all. In reality, what they're doing, they're just adding a little more transience, and they are changing how the drum bus is interacting. Because they're pretty punchy, the whole drum bus gets kind of limited and like jumps a bit whenever they hit. So without, and then with, I think that sounds great. I love how those turned out. This was a very minimal session for me. I try to not use my own templates and like importing session data from old sessions. Sometimes I'll do that when I'm in a rush with an artist because I don't want to slow down what's happening. But I tried to go a less is more approach and really hardly using any plugins here until we get to the vocals because I'm doing some crazy harmony, like electronic stuff. On the rock side of the mix, I'm pretty much dragging my sounds in and just using them. They sound great. I'm lucky enough to get some good sounds at the source, so that was a big challenge for me. I think I'm glad that it turned out this way. Usually I really tuck these back in the mix, but an oddly present part of the drums is the shaker tambourine. I've been using the same like dinky shaker and tambourine that I borrowed from a friend forever ago. The last time I was at the store buying some guitar strings, I figured I might as well re-up on my percussion game. So I got a shaker and tambourine that are a lot more weighty. I've been realizing I need some more colors in the studio. I had the smaller ones fit for some like production where you just want a little bit of top end in the mix, and I'm tucking it really light so like a smaller shaker and tambourine can fit in a dense mix. But with these, I want it to be a star of the show, so I recorded them both stereo with the mic I'm talking to you guys through and a pencil condenser. I just kind of space paired them because they're by my desk. Recorded them both. There's no processing. Except a little bit of EQ. This was really bright. But I mixed them pretty high in the mix, and it's adding so much to the groove of this song. If I take them out, it feels like a whole different chorus. You feel like there's a huge energy loss versus if I go... I've been really on this rabbit hole of aux percussion. I feel like a lot of times people don't pay mind to it. They'll just, I don't know, you'll grab a tambourine loop off of Splice, put it in the background, and game over. But the more I listen to it and the more I've been focusing on it, the more I realize how much it carries a song and how much sometimes the production really turns it up high. Like some of those like 60s recordings, I feel like there's a few Michael Jackson songs. I don't know. I'll have to find some references, but I know there's some songs that have really loud, like almost competing with the vocal levels of tambourine. Sometimes a song calls for it. That is just like such a quick answer to getting a lot more motion and filling out the mix. How much realistically is taking up the frequency spectrum of like a shaker and tambourine? Aside from cymbals and vocals, really a good way to add some denseness up there. Next layer is my acoustic guitar. Yeah, acoustic guitar wise, I recorded it with that same spaced pair kind of situation I talked about for the intro and the like down chorus. So it's a single tracked intimate but stereo width kind of thing. Very bright, stringy. I just put some fresh strings on, so it's sounding really bright, which is kind of what I wanted for this song, because I wanted the string scrapes to kind of stick through, similar to the shaker and tambourine on the chorus. Except on the chorus, instead of having it be that stereo mic situation, I double tracked it with my pencil condenser to kind of really exaggerate the top end. It's less body, it takes up less space in the mix, but that brightness is nice. With the Black Friday sale, I picked up some new UAD plugins, and the Avalon channel strip has been incredible. I know people use it a lot on vocals, like rap, pop vocals, anything that's smooth. And I've always been such a Neve 1073 guy. I feel like this is like the yin to the yang of that, where you get a really nice top end with it. And the treble controls are perfect for bringing out that string noise. And it has such a transparent compression. I feel like I could get a really level sound without it really coloring anything. I love it. It's been really nice. I do that into the LA2A for a little bit of tube kind of sound. And then I got a Pultec EQ to slightly kind of smile curve that a little bit. Yeah, I love that acoustic. I feel like it really fills out the chorus. Another element that is another unsung hero of this production that fills out so much space is the Shruti box. The Shruti box is this instrument that I ordered off of Etsy from India. It is like an organ, accordion kind of thing, where it has all of these keys here that you can slide open and then kind of play it and sustain a pad, like a note just droning on and on. And it's got this really nice sound to it. It like plays those notes, but in such a like alive, breathing kind of way. You can really hear the contraption going. You can hear the lungs going in and out. This like circular motion. Again, stereo mic'd, but kind of centered in the mix. And it really is filling out a lot of space. I'll mute it. You kind of can't tell until it's gone. It's really adding some space on these verses as well. So yeah, that's happening the whole song, but you kind of don't know. But it's the world that this song is inhabiting. Same chain as the acoustic guitar, running through the Avalon. The top end can get kind of gnarly on it, so the treble on the Avalon is really bringing it down without making it sound too dark. Yeah, I love how that sounds. Like, think that and acoustic guitar. Such a nice combo. I'm using that in my songs all the time. So the Shruti box is kind of filling in space low mids wise in this chorus. And then to fill out the top end with the same kind of ambient pad kind of thing, I have this choir layer. Really what I did was I sang twice, just like a falsetto layer. Then I ran it through some formant shifting and then Auto-Tune's harmony engine to just get a bunch of different layers and like a choir, like kind of vocal doubling kind of effect. And then we have this going on in the background. I'm also running it through the Galaxy Tape Echo to add some more like weird verb and delay. It sounds really funny on its own. I'm making some some weird noises, but when you put it in context with everything, let me get that, the Shruti box, the bass, and the drums. It's somewhere between a synth and a vocal, and I really like that. It's kind of space filler, world building. You play the chorus without it. And then play it with it. I feel like that part adds a whole lot of emotion to the mix. Yeah, I love this song. It sounds so cool. All the tones are really nice. Sounds huge. Real less is more situation while still sounding so dense and big. I feel like we accomplished the goals that we set out to with this. I feel like it is hitting that modern shoegaze sound with our own twist, but it has that punch, the transients, the big fuzz wall of sound. Yeah, good stuff. I appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon if you want to download this session again, link below. And if you want to work with me, email below. Let's make a song like this. That would be awesome. I'm always looking forward to doing that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. It really means the world. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and peace out.